Attends. Peggy, line out. Okay, and go! Good lift.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. You join us on day 5, stage 5 of the Defi Du Pays Gapençais from back in April. And if you've watched the previous 4 stages from WOAH, the race has now moved to a trail at Chabottes. And it is safe to say we have never run anything like this. So firing off the start and up an absolutely brutal climb. You really knew you were in a mountain race, although the altitude is a touch lower than we've been working at in the previous 4 stages. We are going up here for the first 700 meters.
Good girl. Lift. Lift. Yes.
Some typical alpine mountain trails. The ground is really rough here. Off the start, there's a big loose gravel, and underneath these dried leaves, there are rocks sticking out. So, as you can see, Peggy is booted. But I will also add in, that probably says more about the trails that we run in the UK, because Peggy was the only dog that was booted out of the entire field. The locals did not mind. And Peggy absolutely firing us up these enormous gradients. And eventually, we hit the ridge along the top. We have reached the top of the climb, and now there is a nice flat ridge where we can speed up. Temperatures once again really nice and cool, so good for the dogs. As you're watching this one, bear in mind, this is not just a canicross race. This is a stage race for those on bikes and on scooter. Coming up to a really rough bit, the value of recce in the trail the night before really coming good. I knew it was going to be really rough, so I could tell Peggy to back off before we hit anything that could be dangerous at all to her.
Good girl, steady now. Good. Good girl. Okay, let's go.
Through the first kilometre in 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Rapid considering the big climb off the start. Tactically, this was a really interesting race. Obviously, you had the big climbs at the start, but the dog is very fresh and Peggy could fire us up them. Then you hit this long, flat ridge section where you had to remember to speed up. Then we knew we were going to go up again, so you've got to save a little bit for the final climbs, which are even steeper, and then it becomes all about technical running as you've got to come back down. And you will see, it gets very interesting.
Good girl. On we go. On. Good. Left. Good girl. Yes, Peggy.
Over the river crossing, and we are climbing again. These gradients get even steeper on this one. Once again, as you can see, poking out from underneath those leaves, there are jagged rocks sticking out. So you've got to be careful with your footing, but Peggy is picking some absolutely brilliant lines.
Good girl. Left. Good pig.
Don't let the gradient bar fool you. This is all up.
On. Good girl. Good girl.
Through that second kilometre, with some monstrous climbing in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. But we have reached the top and it's all back down. A short blast along a slightly flat section, and then we start coming down some really steep gradients. The leaves that you see on the trail were all dried and really slippy. And right at the start of this, I slipped on one, and from then on I sort of lost my nerve a little bit. Bearing in mind this is only day 5 and we still have 3 stages to go after this.
Steady. 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 Okay, stop. Steady. Steady.
It is not worth turning an ankle on what you cannot see below these slippy leaves. Having recce'd it the day before, we knew were more uneven rocks. So you really had to come down with care. It's all about Peggy listening to me. Which sometimes she wanted to do, other times she just wants to race.
Steady. 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 Left.
It is safe to say I have never raced any course
Steady.
like this.
Steady.
So hard, you had to concentrate the whole way round. You could not relax.
Okay.
But still great fun.
Left. Good. Okay.
Down the first big climb, and then we get to rocket along another flat ridge section where we can really speed up. That's showing as we hit our 3rd kilometre, being our fastest within 3 minutes and 46 seconds. As we loop back round towards the water crossing that we've already been across, the trail now dives off onto the most technical bit. Here we go. Get a load of this.
Right. Right, right. Right, right. And right. Good, steady now. Good girl.
Flying down this single track. Those leaves are still really slippy underfoot, but Peggy is not taking steady. For an answer, we have got to go flat out down here. She is on a mission.
Steady, steady. Good. Steady, steady. Good. Okay. Steady. 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 Good. Right.
And what do you get when you get to the bottom of that hill? A cat shooting out in front of you.
Left.
Perfect.
No! No! Left! Good, let's go. On, on, on. 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 Leave it. On. Good girl. Oh, right, yeah. Good.
We have reached the bottom of the hill now, and we get to charge along the valley at the bottom. We are now approaching what was called the no overtaking zone as you run alongside the barbed wire fence. Absolutely no room for error. And we also go through the 4th K in 3 minutes and 47 seconds.
Right, right, right. Good. On. Good.
We have cleared all the technical running and just some firm gravelly paths to the finish. Much easier to run on for me and faster for Peggy. And she still managed to keep those boots on.
Good, on. Good girl. Let's go. Go home.
Another good reason to recce the course. The finish is a blind finish. You cannot see the finish line. You just start climbing again, and you know as soon as you get round that corner, the finish line is there. So psychologically, you know you can just sprint up this hill, and then you'll be at the finish.
Come on. Come on, let's go. Up, up. Good girl. Come on, Alex. Merci. Hey, good girl. Well done, Peggy. Merci beaucoup.